Hurricane Irma, Wright Patt C-17 hauls troops, aid from 4 states Air Force Reserve Senior. Airman Brianna Senatore wasn't given much notice when she packed her bags, got on a C-17 flying into New Jersey from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and hopscotched across the eastern United States to a hurricane disaster zone in Florida. She and 5 other reserve firefighters climbed aboard the Wright Patt-based C-17 Globemaster III at Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst, New Jersey, winging toward South Florida in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma pummeling the state. "Honestly, we were told at 9 in the morning start packing your bags, and then we got a call around 9:30 to head to base as fast as we possibly could," she said. The crew arrived at the New Jersey base Monday, but was delayed until Tuesday on their emergency trek to Florida. The 4-engine cargo jet from the Air Force Reserve 445th Airlift Wing at Wright-Patterson holds 17 airmen and 74,000 pounds of cargo, packaged meals ready to eat, a mobile kitchen, cots and 2 massive forklifts on a cross-country marathon hustle Tuesday. It's pretty fast, almost chaotic. Along with New Jersey, the C-17 landed at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, and Dobbins Air Reserve Base, Georgia, before the troops departed and the crew unloaded everything at Homestead Air Reserve Base, Florida, as the sun set under the palm trees and the sky turned dark. The shortest stop lasted barely 20 minutes, and the longest a little more than 2 hours on the 12-hour round-trip journey through 5 states. It's pretty fast, and, although it's pretty calculated and configured, it's almost chaotic, said Staff Sergeant Jason Benedict, 35, of Columbus and a cargo loadmaster. Facing her first real-world military mission, Senatore wasn't sure what her team might be called on to do, but the firefighters were trained to rescue stranded homeowners hemmed in by water, she said. "We don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to be on hand wherever and for whatever to help with the situation," said Senatore, a reservist who is a nurse's aide at a Philadelphia hospital in her civilian job. At Dover Air Force Base, the shortest stop, Staff Sergeant Ishmael Dixon climbed aboard with 10 other airmen as the jet engines never shut off. The airmen will coordinate logistics on the ground at Homestead. It wasn't the way Dixon dreamed he would spend his 29th birthday Wednesday. "We say service before self," the Rochester, NY native said. "It's something I don't mind doing." He didn't know how long the logistics team might have to stay. "As long as they need us to," he said. Filling the tank, Lieutenant Colonel Brett Manger, 46, C-17 aircraft commander, made sure the jet was filled with 180,000 pounds of fuel for the trek. "That will get us all the way back to Wright-Patterson without having to get gas, so that makes us get down there faster," the Beaver Creek resident said. "We got a lot of people on backup ready to go," he added. "Once we get back, the tail's probably going to turn and launch back out again on another one." The crew had an 18-hour time limit, 2 hours longer than normally allowed, to get everything where it needed to be and get back to Wright-Patterson, he said. "It's kind of rare that we get this many legs in one day," Manger said. "We get 18 hours to get on the ground and be done, or else we time out, so we don't want to be stuck in Florida." On takeoff and landing, tons of cargo plastic wrapped and tied down on pallets lurched forward and back. Loadmasters tied chain and chocks to secure 2 giant green forklifts as big as and taller than large SUVs. For Benedict, who has traveled to 30 countries with the Wright Patt reserved wing over nearly a decade, the push to get there and back on a gruelingly long day was routine. "We get around," Benedict said. "We fly non-stop. We never really time out for anything. We're highly operational even as a reserve unit. The round-the-clock work shift makes it hard to sleep," said Benedict, an oil and gas industry sales representative in the civilian world. "Restful sleep is always good," he said, still professing his love of the flying job. Manger, a former Army helicopter pilot, is a longtime veteran who has flown Air Force Reserve missions from Wright Patt around the globe, including hot spots such as Iraq and Afghanistan. The former Army helicopter pilot switched to flying heavy airlifters like the C-17 in the Air Force Reserve to see more of the world. "On this trip," he said, "we're on the same time zone, so it's a lot friendlier on our body. When you're going overseas you're crossing 6, 7 different time zones, and you're just whipped."